Hello and welcome back to Billy Ho Sports. Bit disappointing we won't have sovereignty in the Preakness to try to compete for the Triple Crown, but I get why they do what they do. Bill Mott is a trainer that has always cared for the horses and he doesn't like to run them back like that. I don't think he ever had any intention of running regardless. So we'll get off of that topic. We're going to jump into this weekend's topic, Aqueduct Peter Pan Stakes. It's a prep for the Belmont. We've got some big time horses in this race, a field of 10 to talk about. So we'll get into that in just a second. But really quickly, I just wanted to give a second call for at Eric Lawson 2886. He won the Kentucky Derby Gold Pin for the Oaks Derby double. Then at Coach O 2101 was the winner of the 100th Kentucky Derby Glass. Email me at BILLYAH35 at yahoo.com with your shipping address to claim your prize. I'll get that out to you ASAP. I've already got one out, another one going today for the consolation prizes. We'll have more giveaways coming. So to be eligible to win, you have to subscribe to the channel. Free and easy to do. You just click the subscribe button. You're on your way. Click that like button while you're at it. Leave a comment below for this race. Give me your 2-horse exacta box for the Peter Pan. And let's jump right into it. We're going to do some race replays and we're going to look at past performances as well. So let's jump over to the PPs and we will get started. Okay, you can see the 1 1/8 going around the track. Short trip to the first turn at Belmont, or at the Aqueduct, excuse me. Belmont at the Big A. So grade 3 event, 3-year-olds. We'll start with Vasimo. That's Todd Pletcher, Irad Ortiz. The results after I relooked and everything, this is how I've changed my mind a little bit on this one. These 2 results at Fairgrounds just didn't look good, right? They just really didn't improve. Ran 4th in the Risen Star, which I didn't think was too bad. He was 12 lengths clear of the 5th place horse. So he was kind of right there. Came again. Pretty good effort. But you just see the paces he was running into. He was running 97s and 112s for E1 and E2 pace. And as you go down through here, you look at the horses he's going up against, and you tell me which ones have that kind of early pace on them. And we'll see as we go down the list. You don't see any of those, do you? So I wonder if it's just the fact that we haven't been able to see his speed because he's just been chasing such torrid paces. Because this one, Risen Star, we all remember magnitude, just really stellar performance there. And then the Louisiana Derby, a little bit more of a pace meltdown in that one. It was John Hancock on the lead, and he couldn't maintain. You can see the low numbers in the late pace compared to this optional claimer for 1 40 where he looked really good showing his speed. He actually showed better late speed than he did, even though he rated quite well too in this race here. So Vasimo's Irad Ortiz, Todd Pletcher inside post, been off nice 49-day freshening. I think he'll come in ready to rock. And I'll tell you, I looked at these 3 workouts here, 50, 50, and 50, and I thought, why is he 4 furlongs and 50? That's kind of weak. But I think maybe he's just already fit and they're just doing maintenance work with him. And if that's the case, he's going to be a real sleeper coming in out of the 1 hole, being probably at the minimum the 3rd choice. So Vasimo on the radar. Happy Delusional is not. There's just nothing about this horse that screams anything to me. 4th in the Federico Tessio behind Surfside Moon, and of course Pay Billy was a really good horse, and Just a Fair Shake was pretty good too. It wasn't a bad race, but it was 150K black stakes, so he's overmatched. Surfside Moon was one that did spark a little interest, getting the Kentucky Derby winning jockey Junior Alvarado aboard, so that's pretty cool. 3rd in the Tessio, and then the 2nd in the Withers, chasing a fairly slow pace, and I'm going to get into a little discussion on that pace here in just momentarily. But he chased in 5th and then closed and he was second best to Captain Cook that day. So pretty solid effort there. And then third in the Tessio was a decent effort. He flattened out down the stretch, but that was a pretty tough back-to-back mile and an eighth races. So beaten by weaker. So not on the win ticket, but possibly with the jockey switch, could be coming up roses in the third or fourth leg of your exotics. Hill Road. This was the one I was actually very interested in the Wood Memorial. Uh, Flavian Pratt takes over for Tyler, who's not back yet, but this is a Chad Brown horse. Do you see the effort in the Tampa Bay Derby chasing a -10? Look how slow they came home, -16, and he still closed to third behind Owen Almighty and Chancellor McPatrick. Same in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, another slow pace. So he hasn't had a pace that he needs to close into. If he could get like a +7, +10, I think he'd be a lot closer. He seems like a really logical win candidate, and maybe even the first on your radars. First on mine. I mean, I just don't want to blind back him coming into this race because I liked him in the wood. So that brings us to number 5, McAfee. And McAfee is an interesting horse. Some people like him. Some people see him as a greatest stakes contender. I just don't. They're trying the blinkers this time. They're just trying to do whatever they can to wake this horse up and be. Maybe he's just not that competitive in graded stakes company. To me, he feels like more of a listed stakes or upper level allowance horse. I think he can win a couple of races this summer if he goes back to Churchill Downs. He had pretty good success. He ran second, just missed by a head in allowance company for 50K, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's a big difference between being a 50K allowance horse and a Grade 2 Wood Memorial horse. So that's just kind of my opinion on the matter. Rick Dutrow, say what you want about him, but he's had success with horses before with his style. But McAfee, I'm not interested in whatsoever. Now, this one I do have interest in. This is the other Pletcher entry. It's uncaged. Kendrick Carmouche gets the call, sired by Curlin, breaks the maiden right out of the gate in the mud, then goes a 6 again, has a kind of a head scratcher, no factor second race. But this one's a little bit longer in the stats category. 7.7 average win distance. He wants distance, so he gets it here going a mile and on a sloppy or muddy aqueduct track and closes into a fairly fast pace for the win under Kendrick Carmouche. So Carmouche is getting his second crack at Uncaged, and I think he's a pretty good horse. Broke awkwardly in the start of that race, but moved up into second at the top of the stretch, and then he had his best stride late as he rallied up for the win, and that's kind of what you're looking for at Aqueduct. So Uncaged definitely in the mix as well. First pitch is not. First pitch, State Bred Maiden, I mean, just a toss. Captain Cook, Manny Franco. This is the other Dutrow. And Captain Cook, breaks the maiden by 9, impresses people, takes over for Norm Cassie, then goes out and runs a triple digit 100 Brisnet number in the Withers. This is what I was talking about with the pace. You see these two races here, and I guess it's just quality of company, maybe the track condition because it was cold in February. I don't really know, but the first call and second call are just really close. They're just one tick apart in that category, which is about even on the pace, but a full 2 seconds, well, almost a full 2 seconds in the difference between the half and the 3/4 mile in that race. So I just, it's weird. But anyway, I think Captain Cook can win this race. If he runs the back to the Withers, he's got a little tougher test that left him short in the wood, but I think he's back to lesser like he was in the Withers, but maybe just a in between like the Goldilocks, like it was a little bit too tough in the wood, not tough enough in the Withers, but maybe just tough enough in this race. So I think that he can run back to this 97-100 figures again. And I think he'll be very competitive to win this race. Manny Franco up for the 4th time. So Captain Cook is definitely one of the top contenders. Then you have Brereton's Baytown, and another one that's just not really going to find anywhere in my list, even though he did give the Derby Trail a crack. He just never sniffed it. But you know, say what you want. He ran and the similar races that than McAfee did, really. And when you go back and really look at it, but the final competitor is Lordship. Chad Brown, Dylan Davis, sired by Gunrunner, Giants Causeway on the Broodmare from out of Flag Day. Big time distance pedigree, really going to stretch out. One at a mile 40 coming right out of the gate with Sammy Camacho underneath. And now gets Dylan Davis, very aggressive jockey who is absolute fire right now. 38% winning rate. He's got 6 wins and 16 starts at the meet so far. So be on the lookout for this one. The debut on March 22nd was good. He had a swift pace to set up the close. And but you know, will he need more of an effort? Probably so. But when it comes down to the selections, it's really going to be up to what you want to do, because obviously Captain Cook is going to take money, being the New York, Rick Dutrow back home, and the second choice Hill Road, I think, will be also taking a lot of money. Dutrow's 27% when he's a beaten favorite. One of the few early speed horses. So if he runs back to that Withers, like I said, he can be tough to catch. Hill Road has a very explosive close and an extra 200 feet of stretch at Aqueduct compared to where he was in Tampa. So Uncaged has 3 starts and a win at the track. Strong pedigree, solid jock, stretching out to 2 turns, which is where he's bred to excel. Then I think I do need to see more from Lordship. I can't just take a second time starter and expect him to just pop, but you never know. Promising career ahead for him. But I am actually going to look at Vasimo to possibly spring the upset. Inside one post, Irad Ortiz. He's by Nyquist. He hasn't had really a chance to show his speed since that January 17th effort at Tampa. I think he's going to just blow out of the gate and be surprised to find himself right on the lead or rating right behind Captain Cook. So I give him a pretty good chance to spring the upset. Sleeper value play for him if you want to go that route. Then obviously the 4 Hill Road, 8 Captain Cook are the 2 most likely horses to win. And then you have the number 6 Uncaged, number 10 Lordship, and you can throw in the 3 Surfside Moon as well. All pretty good competitors. Toss the rest. And that's going to do it for this show, for this day. But we've got a lot more coming. There's Preakness coming up. We've got obviously summer racing to talk about. Older horses are going to be starting to make their pushes toward the big races in the summertime and the Breeders' Cup Classic and all that kind of stuff. We'll have those winning your in races, all that kind of great stuff. So there's plenty coming down the pike. There's no need to jump off ship right now. Stay engaged. I've got plenty of content coming. So hope you have a great day, and we'll see you soon.